Welcome to the Sicuro Group podcast, where we explore what it takes to operate successfully and safely in the world's most dynamic markets. I'm Alex, a regional strategy analyst.
And I'm Ben, from our Crisis and Operations team. So today, we're talking about a word we hear constantly, resilience. But we want to get past the buzzword.
Yeah.
We want to discuss what it actually means to build a resilient organization in the Middle East, finding a pragmatic path forward through the often noisy headlines.
And that word, pragmatism, that's really the anchor for this entire conversation, isn't it, Ben? When a potential crisis starts to bubble up,
Right.
whether it's regional tensions or a major disruption, that first wave of information is almost always chaotic.
It absolutely is. The common instinct is to jump on social media or glue yourself to a 24-hour news channel. But that's just a recipe for overreaction. We think of it as trying to drink from a fire hose. You'll get soaked,
Right.
but you won't quench your thirst for real information. The smarter approach is, it's to have your buckets ready in the right places before it even starts to rain.
I love that analogy. It's about preparation, not panic. So let's make that tangible for a business leader on the ground. What does that bucket placement actually look like in a country like the UAE or Saudi Arabia when things feel uncertain?
It comes down to a simple, disciplined process for building situational awareness, a process we actually outline in our crisis management aid memoir for the region. Your first 2 points of reference should always be the country's official government news agency, that's WAM in the Emiratis or SPA in Saudi Arabia, and the alerts from a major diplomatic mission, like the U.S. Embassy.
That makes so much sense. So you immediately establish a verified, authoritative baseline.
Exactly.
You get it from both a national and a key international perspective. But what if the issue is more specific? Say rumors are flying about an airspace closure that could cripple a supply chain.
That's when you move to your next tier of specialized sources.
Okay.
You don't go to Twitter, you go directly to the IATA Travel Center and the official NOTAM database that pilots use. For a local emergency, you check the Civil Defense Authority. It's a deliberate filtering mechanism.
Right.
It tunes out the noise and allows your team to act on facts, not fear.
That structured approach to information is the bedrock, Ben, and it creates a natural bridge to the much bigger picture. The tactical calm you're describing is essential, but it's one, albeit critical, piece of the puzzle. True sustainable resilience isn't just about having a good plan for a bad day.
It has to be more profound than that. So, where do you see the connection to long-term strategy?
Well, it's about embedding that same discipline into the very DNA of the business. We advocate for moving the concept of risk management from a siloed, peripheral department that often just says no, and placing it at the very core of your strategy. I mean, it's the difference between simply having a fire extinguisher on the wall and designing the entire building with fire-resistant materials and smart sprinklers from the ground up.
So how does an organization even start building that fire-resistant structure?
Yeah, where do you start? What's the first step in making risk part of that core DNA? You begin by creating a custom geo-risk profile. This means looking beyond the headlines to understand the specific interplay of political, regulatory, and societal risks that could affect your business, in your industry, in your locations. This profile then informs the most fundamental questions. Does this risk landscape affect our 5-year investment plan? Could a change in local content laws disrupt our supply chain?
Okay.
Or could we turn it into a competitive advantage by building stronger local partnerships?
That's such a critical point, Alex, because that proactive stance is essential for navigating the region right now.
Absolutely.
The entire GCC is undergoing a managed transformation aimed at building what you could call structural resilience. This isn't just about governments weathering storms.
Right.
It's really about them fundamentally redesigning their economies for a post-oil future.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about massive nation-building strategies like Saudi Vision 2030 and the long-term economic plans in the UAE and Qatar.
Yeah.
They are pouring hundreds of billions into creating diversified economies built on technology, advanced logistics, tourism. For businesses, this creates a compelling dual reality.
I see it on the ground every day. On the one hand, the opportunity is just immense. On the other, you absolutely must understand and align with these national visions to succeed. Being a passive bystander is it's no longer a viable option.
Let's use a clear example. A global healthcare company wants to grow in Saudi Arabia. A reactive, non-resilient approach is to just sell products there.
Right.
The strategic, resilient approach is to deeply understand Vision 2030's goals of improving citizen health and localizing key industries.
That company might then invest in local R&D or manufacturing partnerships.
Wow. They become a partner in the country's vision, not just a vendor, and their risk profile lowers and their opportunity horizon expands dramatically.
And it all connects back to the beginning. The disciplined, tactical crisis plan gives you the stability and clarity to operate calmly day to day.
Exactly.
The strategic, integrated risk approach allows you to plan effectively for the long term. And a deep understanding of the region's own push for structural resilience helps you find your place to thrive within that incredible transformation.
That's the full picture of modern resilience. It scales from knowing which official website to check in a crisis, all the way up to aligning your corporate purpose with a nation's strategic future.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. Is risk management in your organization a defensive shield you only pick up when trouble appears? Or is it a strategic compass, actively guiding you towards sustainable opportunity?